Children's Activity Center. This is where stand-up comedy, standing up to disability, takes place. Come on, let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Paul. And I'm a landlord. It's been 30 days since my last rent collection. You know, the job landlord's a lot like an airline pilot. It's a job you can do drunk.
I've been teaching stand-up for almost 7 years here in Victoria, and about halfway through the class I ask people to write about something that's an issue or a challenge to them. And over the years people invariably choose to be really brave and talk about often an invisible condition that we weren't aware of. People have talked about learning disabilities, they've talked about their struggles with anxiety or depression. And so that, in conjunction with having a few people who had a physical disability take the class, I thought, let's dedicate a class and call it Stand Up to This Ability.
Hello, how you doing? Good. So I run a craft cannabis business with my sister and my niece. So we're building a hempire. We're cannapreneurs. I was born with cerebral palsy, and so that's one of the social issues that I want to talk about. Is I want to talk about bullying. I want to talk about being inclusive and respectful of people that are different, and have all of us get along with each other. So as a person with a disability, I want people to understand my perspective and what it's like to live in this world. Some of the characters we have to interact with, you know, there's scary goings on, you know, murders, kidnapping. I mean, Big Pharma makes the Mexican drug cartel look like the Care Bears.
The more comedy we put in life, where we can look at a disability and actually see how the person is actually enjoying their life rather than commiserating over their disability, it's a good thing. But hey, not all landlords are unscrupulous weasels. Weasels have standards. As a landlord, we deal with a lot of maintenance issues. Clogged sinks, leaky toilets, neglected wives. It's important that we deal with all of these in a timely fashion, usually before you get home.
I quite often introduce people and say things like, you know, there's an old Chinese saying, and I'm old, and I'm Chinese, and I'm saying it.
Comedy to me is the best way to express yourself, make those connections, break down those barriers by finding the humor in what might not be even perceived to be potentially funny. We find our funny, we share it, and I think that's a huge accomplishment.
I am married to a very lovely man who we'll call Thor because, well, they're my dreams, not yours. So we've been together now for about 10 years, and sometimes we still talk to each other in person. Stand-up comedy has been just something really fun to do to get out of the house since I was a stay-at-home mom for a lot of years, so this is me trying to become sane again. We have two boys who have taught me that when you wake me up by shaking me, my mommy instincts don't kick in at all. No, my ninja instincts kick in. So my poor 5-year-old thought he'd shake me up while shouting, "Mommy, I'm hungry, I want waffles!" And I just smacked the little right into the wall. So he doesn't wake me up like that anymore. Mental health challenges is something that is a big topic for me, and it's affected a lot of people in my life and family, and there's a big stigma around it. So I would love to be able to tell some jokes around it and just help get people laughing, and just help raise awareness and help people feel a little more comfortable talking about things like that.
I'm definitely the first person to laugh at myself at my idiosyncrasies and just my physical stance. And I just think it makes people feel more comfortable around me.
I feel laughter is the best medicine in the world. It's people are so much more amiable when they're laughing than when they're angry.
We took my dog and his dog out for a walk. This was part of a coffee date. His last words were, "I know you can't hear, but I do want to say there's a problem with your dog. She growls." My dog didn't like him. So he walked away like a total peacock. And I knew he wasn't right for me.
Be open. Try to hear another perspective. Check how you're feeling about it. And learn about yourself through hearing other people's perspectives.
The number one goal is let's laugh. Let's gather together, let's laugh, whether it's in the classroom or we take that public into a public comedy show. There's a lot going on in the world that's not funny. We need to laugh about it.
I definitely want to make people feel more comfortable with people with disabilities and acceptance and allowing them to understand where people with disabilities come from and how we're just like everybody else.
I'm a performer by profession, I'm an actor, but I think teaching is my passion because I get to connect with people from all different walks of life, and I'm always blown away by how funny people are and how courageous they are in talking from their personal perspective.
Wow, I had so much fun, just laughing, making jokes. Well, basically it's all about bringing awareness. And there's people from all walks of life, all abilities, and we can all be a comedian if we really put the effort into it. And you know what? It's confidence and trusting in your own abilities. I'm Emily Roback for Community Producers.